Hello, 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 and welcome to this episode of the Sanibel Captiva Guide podcast. On my left here, we have Alec DeLolo, who is a good family friend of ours, known for many years. Max and Alec are about the same age, and so let me just... Alec's doing something special for raising money for the hurricane. Well, why don't you tell us what it is?
Yeah, absolutely. So probably about... I'd say honestly about a month back, me and a couple buddies of ours were first responders and charter captains in this area. And honestly, it was very small when we initially started. It was kind of an idea of, hey, a lot's been going on over the past couple months or so with the storm. Everyone's been very stressed. Everyone's had a lot going on. So we wanted to do something in regards to, hey, let's just get a couple buddies together. Let's go out. Let's put a little fishing tournament together. Everyone goes out, kind of has a little pot that goes in, and we come back, we all weigh fish, decide who our winner is, and kind of winner takes all from there. And just something for people to get out of the houses, get away from a lot of just everything that's gone over the past month with the storm, to really just kind of bring everyone's spirits up. And I can tell you, we put it out to a bunch of people that we knew, and we got a really, really good response from it. So we decided, hey, maybe we'll make a tournament out of this, and we'll kind of put it towards something. So it kind of has grown very quickly over the past month into a much larger production than we even expected, which honestly is fantastic. And decided, hey, we're going to go ahead and let's really make something important with this, and let's try and make it beneficial to this area, to donate back and really make sure we're trying to help everyone in the community with hurricane relief, to try and just get this community back up and running as soon as possible. So we're trying to do our part with that. Nothing
better locally than doing a fishing tournament if you want to get people out in this area.
Absolutely.
Definitely
people love
that. Fishing tournament. And I'm going to give all the information about this tournament in the description below, and we'll put it up on the screen here. And please, 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 if you feel like taking part, please do. Let's back up a little bit though. So you're a first responder in the area. Your father and your mum and I grew up pretty much since I've known them since I lived here, 20 odd years ago, in the wedding business. Your dad was a firefighter, and most firefighters on the side do other things, and he was a wedding DJ amongst other things. And I met your mum coming along and helping him, so we've known each other for 20 odd years, 23 years probably. But you're now a first responder.
That is correct.
Tell us a little bit about how you got into first responding and what it was like during the storm.
Absolutely. So, I mean, to kind of go from the beginning of how I got really interested in it, obviously, being a first responder and being, whether it's firefighter, police, nurse, anything in kind of the medical field where you get to make a difference for people, it really has a really good impact. And I saw that growing up through the years with my dad, and getting to listen to him talk about how much he loved his job and how much he enjoyed helping people and all the really cool things he got to do. So that was kind of my initial spark with it. And here we are. Many years later, I've been on for about 5 years now. I love what I do every single day. And
what exactly is it? What exactly do you do?
So I'm a firefighter paramedic. So we are a dual certified agency. Most of the fire departments in this area are. So we run pretty much anything. They call us the jack of all trades. So we run structure fires, we run car accidents, we run medical calls, we run just helping people off their floors, just doing anything that, if there seems like there's some type of emergency need for it, we're there to help. So we really do have a very vast job description of things that we do. I would say in this area, we run a lot of medical, just because that seems to be what the most assistance is needed. But we do really everything. Like I said, the structure fires, car accidents, medical, everything you can think of.
So your dad is a bit of a big shot. He's gone as high as you can go. He is a chief.
He is. Yes.
Do you have aspirations to do the same?
I guess we'll see. I can tell you right now, that won't be anytime soon. Maybe later in my career as I get a little bit older and maybe have some things that change in my life to where that would be more beneficial to me. But right now, I mean, I can tell you where I work. I love the guys I work with. I love seeing them for 24 hours every third day. And it really is like a brotherhood. I mean, you really get to have a very close connection with these guys and really enjoy what you do.
Just a quick message before we get back to the show. We put a ton of effort into bringing you quality content, so if you would like to help us share our love of the islands, here are several easy ways. Firstly, you can support us on Patreon. You can metaphorically buy us a coffee, which is an easy way to donate a couple of bucks.
Don't you prefer tea?
Well, I do, kind of. Also, like and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with all things Sanibel and Captiva. And finally, show some love to our sponsors. Let them know we sent you. All the links are in the description below. Now, back to the episode. And which fire department are you with?
So I work for South Trail Fire Department. So that is pretty much covers from Pagefield down to right around Jamaica Bay and Devonwood, and then we go from right around FSW all the way out to Gateway. So we cover about 39 square miles.
If you don't know, Pagefield is the local smaller airport,
Yes.
the original airport that was in Fort Myers. Jamaica Bay is kind of halfway between Fort Myers and Estero.
Yep.
Or is part of Estero, really, I guess.
It's
Fort Myers.
It's still more Fort Myers.
More
It's
Fort Myers.
more. It's definitely closer down to that Estero area, but it still is affiliated.
So that's a
with Fort
big
Myers.
area.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a huge
Yeah,
area.
that's a massive area.
Yeah,
Busy area too. 41
Yes, very
being the
busy.
main
What's
road
your
in Fort Myers.
specialist? What are you doing? What are you doing now? You say paramedic?
So I have a couple different hats that I can put on. So my primary role is firefighter paramedic. So I can tell you I run a lot of the emergency medicine side of things, but I'm also a guy who can be on the front of a nozzle putting fire out. I also act as a driver. So a lot of times
Laurie does that. She acts like a driver, but she really can't drive. Sorry, Laurie couldn't make it today. She's going to do the quiz in a little bit.
But
Sorry, carry on.
Yep. So no, but you may even see me driving the fire truck, working our pumps, and then having aspirations to do some of our captain stuff, to where you're kind of running a shift, you're running a crew. So that's coming up here in the next few months or so, and it's really exciting. I'm looking forward to taking on a new role and possibly seeing where that goes from there.
Awesome. So were you actually working during the storm?
I actually was. I was there for 4 days straight. And then I took about 12 hours off and I went in for another 48, took another 24 off, and then went for another 48 or so, and then kind of went back to our normal schedule after that.
Wow. Just as from a first responder point of view, tell us a little bit about what you came across.
So it was...
We're talking about Hurricane Ian, obviously.
Absolutely.
Back in September 28th.
So I'll tell you, it was quite an experience. So for what people may not know is during a storm, or any named storm or any bad storm, anything over 40 miles an hour, we are not allowed to go out, because in the end, it puts us at risk going out in anything of that extent. So trees falling down, anything where turned over vehicles from gust of wind. I mean, there's all kinds of different factors that come into play, but that's something across the board for any type of emergency service. So that goes with hospitals, that goes with EMS, that goes with fire departments, police. So it's straight across the board just for the safety of us as well. However, with that being said, our dispatch is still receiving calls. And all of that stuff is being backlogged, so that the second those winds drop down, we can go out and we can go help these citizens in kind of the order that came in. So I can tell you, we sat during that storm and got to hear all the dispatch come through, and it's a whole different experience, kind of having to sit back and try and make that description out from what you're hearing from dispatch and what people are dealing with. So the flooding that was going on the beaches out on Fort Myers Beach and Sanibel, people's roofs coming off, people having being trapped in elevators that were in multi-story buildings that were trying to get to other areas of shelter and coverage. So it was quite, I don't want to say eerie, but it was definitely a different experience. And then I would say probably about 3-4 o'clock in the morning is when the storms the winds kind of calmed down. We were able to go out and start seeing a little bit of what happened. I can tell you, my area was a little bit different. We didn't get as much of the flooding in my area, but we did get a lot of wind damage, a lot of structural destruction, and a bunch of other different things that we had to deal with. So we went out, we were doing a lot of clearing of roads with trees. We were searching a lot of inhabitable areas where we had roofs come off or complete structural collapses to see if there was anybody who was trapped, anybody that needed help. We were going out doing medical aid to all of our medical calls that came in on top of the storm. So we were pretty busy. We were very busy. It was very chaotic. It was a different time. But
yeah,
I mean, we're kind of moving on from it. Everything's kind of back to normal operating procedures now, but it definitely took a little bit of time.
That's incredible.
That's
I know
insane.
from personal experience, we had somebody that had told us that they were trapped during the storm and that the water levels got up to about 5 or 6 feet, and they ended up climbing in the attic, and they called the first responders like several times. And although the dispatch were very helpful and calming them down a little bit, they were like, "We can't come out. We can't come out."
It makes sense if you go out and there's 100-mile-an-hour winds, and then one of your trucks goes down because you hit something, or you
100%.
Yeah,
Not to mention
if they go out and then they lose their trucks, there's no help when all the winds do die down. So it makes sense that you can't go out.
Yeah, and I can tell you, it was for us. It's because of our nature of what we do. We want to be out there. We want to be helping. So we're sitting back and we're like so antsy. We're so excited to just like go help who we can. So it was very different to not be able to do that. A lot of guys were very stressed out and really just wanted to try and make that difference, but had to wait till we had that all clear to go out and do that.
I know your dad told me a story, and I hope he doesn't mind me repeating it. Rob was in a bunker just before the storm started, and the federal agencies were coming in, and he was asking about the possibility, he was worried about the public losing faith in the first responders because of they'd called for flooding before and it hadn't quite happened. And he said when he saw the higher ups' faces and what they expected to come, he said it put his hairs standing on end. So it was really was quite something else. So
yeah, it was definitely a different experience. And I mean, I can tell you, one of the things that we had as well was because we are like a first response agency, we had access to still being able to have communication with like our emergency operations center to get us updates on what was going on. So we were honestly getting verbal updates. We were getting videos. We were getting all this stuff so we could see what was happening before everyone else got to experience it. So just sitting back and knowing that people had no idea what was coming was a very interesting feeling as well.
I know you were a lot further inland, so probably less prone to flooding, but did all the guys in this particular area, did they stay in their fire stations or did they move out to a different area?
So everyone that was in these areas stayed in their fire stations for the most part, as far as I know. I can't speak so much for like Sanibel and Fort Myers fire guys. From what I know, down in like, I believe Naples or Marco Island, I know that they were unloading their trucks as they were standing in waist deep water because they knew that their trucks were going underwater, which I'm sure is the exact same thing that happened with the Fort Myers Beach guys, with the Sanibel guys. So it definitely was crazy to see. And we were getting live updates about that as we're sitting there and we hear, hey, these guys they're clearing their trucks out. They're trying to get all of their equipment to higher ground because it's getting ready to go underwater. It got very real very quick.
That's all. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Awesome.
Absolutely not awesome. Not awesome at all. It's fascinating. But anyway, that's fantastic. And thanks for to all the first responders for everything they did during the storm, because it's a hell of an undertaking. Let's get back to the tournament. You're gonna try and raise some money with the fishing tournament.
Correct.
So whereabouts is it happening? How many boats? What does it take to enter? Tell us a little bit about that.
So we're putting on a red grouper tournament. So right now it is a 2-day event. So it's April 7th and April 8th. April 7th is going to be more of our captain's meeting, and then April 8th is going to be our actual tournament. Now I can tell you the big thing with this is we didn't want it to just be a grouper tournament. We wanted to put on a event for everyone to be at. So I can tell you, while the tournament's going on, we're going to have stuff going on at the event location, which is Moss Marine down on Fort Myers Beach. So they've been gracious enough to really give us a large portion of the marina to be able to set up a stage, set up music, set up food, set up raffles. We're going to do like a kids fishing tournament. So kids want to come down. They're going to provide some shrimp for them. We'll be providing rods and reels so that they can go out, have a little fun time with them, just make it fun and exciting for some kids to come out, maybe win some prizes. And then we're going to have our raffles, food. We'll have some music, some live music.
Will you be DJing?
I may or may not. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. I may.
You might be busy.
I may have to step in, but as of right now, I have a feeling I'm going to be running around a decent amount with this. I can tell you, for the guys who do know and do hear this, I give a lot of these tournament event coordinators props, because it is a lot of work. But I can tell you we're really looking forward to seeing the end result. But no, it's going on for 2 days. So like I said, captain's meeting will be the first day, and then the actual tournament will be the second day. Right now, we are still getting our registrations in. We're going to be pretty much taking registrations all the way up until the captain's meeting. We do have a deadline of March 24th if you want to get in at the bottom rate, which is a $500 entry for one boat with 4 anglers. It's an additional $150 per person on that. And then anything after March 24th is just an additional $100 fee, just because we want to start making sure that we can get the appropriate T-shirts, get the appropriate sizes and captain's bags out for everybody, to make sure everyone's really getting a good experience out of this. So any fishing tournament you do, a lot of times you get a lot of add-ons and cool things added into your overall experience for it.
Fantastic. So it's a red grouper, so it's going to be offshore.
Correct. Yep. So we do have it is going to be offshore. However, we do have a depth restriction, so it's going to be 120 feet. And the reason why we did that is because it gives a lot of like bay boats opportunities as well. So you don't have just 42-foot Freemans going out there and
just blasting out.
Yep, 36-foot Invincibles, because they can go all the way to Pulley Ridge and back in the time frame that we're giving them to do it. So it gives some of these bay boats who can't go as far out the opportunity to go to maybe some of their closer numbers and really compete in this tournament.
I think we might have to enter a boat.
We don't know how to fish.
Well, that doesn't matter. It's taking part.
I'm sure you could probably find a captain or something that would be able to help you guys out with that.
Yeah. Take my buddy just won the Cuda Bowl in Key West last week.
What's his
Nice.
name?
Huff, Zach Huff. Yeah.
Zach Huff.
Yeah, his grandfather is a Hall of Fame fisherman.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. We just watched a YouTube video that came out about him. What was the name of it? Let's
Huff.
put the link
Huff,
to it.
Huff, period.
Huff period. He's
Huff, period.
fascinating guy.
Fascinating guy.
Was around the 10,000 island areas.
So we'll have to. It might be. Is that cheating? Can we get a Hall of Fame captain on our boat?
You can have anybody you want. Now, I will say we are going to be very strict on what we're doing with our in the prize or our money winning guys as well. So anybody who is in the top 3 who's going to be one of our cash prize winners, we are doing a polygraph test. We're gutting fish. We want to make sure that these guys, all these anglers, feel 100% comfortable that we're trying to do it the right way. They get a good experience out of it, and
that's in reaction to obviously the weighted fish that was a couple months ago, wasn't it?
That
came out.
That is
yeah.
correct. That
Yeah.
is correct.
Wow.
Polygraph test.
That's insane.
Yep.
I don't know if I could pass one of those, even if I was telling the truth.
I feel guilty.
I'll tell you what, you'll be surprised. There's a lot of big tournaments that actually do that because guys are very serious about this. Guys make a living off of a lot of these bigger tournaments. Now, granted, we're still very small, but we want to give that good experience to our anglers that are getting involved with it.
So how many boats total, or is there no limit?
So as of right now, we're not putting a limit on it just because I don't think we're going to get to that point where it's like, okay, we need to slow down. Maybe in years to come, absolutely, because we do want to make this an annual thing. So I would say as of right now, we're expecting at least a minimum of 20 to 25 boats. Our goal was like 40 to 45, maybe even 50. But we'll see when that time comes. I can tell you we're getting a lot of interest right now. A lot of registrations are coming in, and we're definitely excited to see where it goes.
Well, you're on your promo tour now, so hopefully you'll get some more people join in off of this.
Fishing captain guides, make sure you get in and get a boat entered. And
we've had a few captains on this show, haven't we? We've had Ozzie Fisher and Tatum Stewart.
Ozzie's a
Kunas.
unbelievable.
Kunas, yep.
Yep.
We've had three fishing guides, I think.
Yeah. So we'll see. Let's see if we can get some boats together. So we're going to be sponsors of the show. So
maybe we'll use our connections to get a super team boat.
Yes. Can you imagine?
Yeah, the Sandcap Guide super team.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of good fishermen. I'm sure you guys I know that you've had on here that would probably put you in very good contention.
Yeah. How far out is 120 feet?
60 miles?
It really depends on where you're going. I know there's certain areas where 35, 40 miles, you're probably getting right around that 100 to 110 area. You're probably looking more around 50, 45, 50.
How do you monitor that? Is it an honor system? How do you stop someone from going out?
It's kind of an honor system. We were discussing maybe possibly looking at tracks as well on Garmin GPSs because no one's going out there without having some type of Garmin or Simrad GPS that they're using. So we'd be able to look at the depth location. We also talked about maybe adding in, hey, when you catch your fish, maybe take a picture of where your Garmin's at as well, what depth you're in. So we have a couple of different things that we're still discussing, and hopefully having a definitive answer here over the next couple of weeks for our captains. But that's kind of where we're going with that so far.
Anyways, for charity, so if anybody does think about cheating, you're pretty sad. So, yeah.
How many? I forgot what I was going to ask.
Let's make him feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah, just stare.
Yeah.
Just look right at him.
Oh my God! How many?
No, we'll come back to you, mate.
Yeah, come back to me, please.
Yeah, so that would be awesome. So you've got down at Moss Marine, you're going to have a DJ, you're going to have food, I presume?
Yep, so we're planning on doing some food. So as of right now, I'm trying to lock up our caterers for that right now. We have a couple different options, but we're looking to do like maybe even like a big buffet style. We'll be selling like food vouchers down there for any just residents or any people that are in the community that want to come down and hang out. Because like I was saying, this is not just a tournament for the captains. We want to have as many people down there as possible. We want to try and do day of donations for our charities that we're donating to and benefiting, to really raise as much money as possible. So it should be a really, really cool experience. Like I said, we're going to have the DJ. On Friday, we actually have a friend of ours, Eric Michael Taylor. So he's an up-and-coming country artist right now. He's done some stuff with like Bailey Zimmerman, Chase Rice. So he actually just posted on his Instagram not that long ago that he was with both of them. So he'll be in town. He's going to do some live music for us on Friday night, which will be really, really cool. Trying to see if we can maybe solidify some acts for Saturday. So I'm kind of in the works with one or two right now, hoping to hear back from them very soon to see if they're available and would like to be a part of it. But overall, it's going to be a really, really cool tournament, I think, and an overall really awesome event.
I remembered my question. How many hours do you have to fish?
So it's going to be a 6:30 shotgun time, so right off of the Sanibel Lighthouse. So everyone will have to check in with us. So from 6:30, and you need to be visible from Boatage Point by 3:30. So I believe it's a total of 9 hours. We're giving guys to fish, so it's plenty of time for them to run offshore.
And they start from Sanibel Lighthouse.
Correct.
Okay,
yep.
And then. But it's on Fort Myers Beach is where you end.
Correct. Yes. So, and we're going to have a spotter out at Boatage Point, right there at the end of Fort Myers Beach. So we have to see the boats coming in by 3:30. So we'll have someone who's out there who lets us know, hey, we saw him here. He's good to come in and weigh. But we think honestly 9 hours should be a good allotted time. And it still gives us time to do all the weigh-ins, do all the raffles, do cash prizes, everything.
And what time will the event start at the marina?
We're looking to start at noon. So it'll be kind of like a soft opening with some music, have people come up. We're going to probably start our kids fishing tournament right around noon to 1 o'clock. Give them about 2 hours to fish right there on the dock.
The kids of the fishermen can all hang out and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So by the time that the kids tournament is done, we'll probably start having a lot of our captains come in where we'll be taking them to the weighmaster, weighing all their fish, getting them up on the board, and then doing our first, second, and third place from there.
I'm interested to see a fishing tournament. I've never been to one.
We're going to win one, Max. We're going to win one.
Dad, we've never caught a fish other than a catfish.
Yeah, but it was a nice one. You know who I bet's going to enter? His dad. He's got a boat that is like perfect for it, that will run offshore about 70 miles an hour.
You know what's funny about that is he's kind of mad about this, but that's going to be our starter boat.
Oh, is it?
And he's fishing in the tournament. He's going to be on a different boat. In fact, they need to register. He's one of my guys that I still need to register. But no, they have a boat that they're going to fish in. But I'm not letting them use it. It's going to be that's our starter boat. So that's going to be.
It would be officially cheating. It goes about 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's a pretty fast boat.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Funny. Well, I think we'll have to talk about some more, but I think we're gonna be in for the tournament.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think
definitely.
So.
We're gonna hire some ringers.
I love it.
All right, we got Laurie back here. She said that she couldn't resist doing a little quiz.
Trivia for us.
So, Laurie, do you want to take? You take
Is that my notebook?
Yes.
That's my notebook. I keep really important notes in there.
Like?
Yeah, I'll share them with you.
My things to do today. I usually don't accomplish all of them.
Did you say what date the tournament was? I don't think you actually did.
Yes, April 7th.
He did. He did say that.
You know what?
I was listening in the background. I didn't actually hear you.
One thing we definitely haven't said is the actual official name of the tournament.
Yeah, so this is going to be the first annual Off-Duty Red Grouper Bash. So Off-Duty is actually a clothing brand. So my other partner, Ryan Joyce, he is the original starter of that company, the original owner. Pretty much that was based off of being a first responders type of clothing line. So we're from this area. We've born and raised here. We're both firefighters. We also have our other partner, who is a charter captain in this area, who loves being on the water, and so do we. And that's really kind of what the clothing brand is based off of is people who are off duty, who are not working, who enjoy the Florida lifestyle, who love to be on the water, who love to do all things.
Just support first responders. I mean,
absolutely.
It's great.
Absolutely. So it's a great brand, and that's going to be our primary sponsor and promoter of it. And we're really looking forward to seeing where it goes from there. But that is it. It's the off-duty Red Grouper Bash.
And then where can everybody find what social media channels? Do you have a website? How can everybody find you?
Yep. So as of right now, since it's a little bit closer than we expected, we were trying to build a website for it. Unfortunately, that wasn't going to be in enough time. But we do have a Facebook page that is going to be first annual Red Grouper Bash, off-duty Red Grouper Bash. So you can see there, I post on it almost every day in regards to our new sponsors, any updates that we have, and just any little details that we kind of come up with along the way. You can also see more stuff on offdutylifestyle.com. We'll be posting about it on there as well, and giving some updates there.
And you have an Instagram page?
Yep. Off Duty Lifestyle.
Oh, I thought, was it underscore off duty?
Yep. So off_duty_lifestyle.
Okay. Yeah, I know. You have to be specific.
Yep.
A lot of things will come up.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. Are we ready for the quiz?
I think so.
I think so.
Even though I lost my quiz questions. All right. I think I remember 'em. All right. Question number 1. So, Alec, I'm going to ask you the question.
Okay.
You write down your answer, and then we'll reveal at the end.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This is a tough one. How many types, since we're talking about fishing, how many types of goldfish are there?
What?
I'm done.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm done.
I know the answer.
You know the answer, Max?
Yep.
Do you have the brain of a
I've
goldfish?
been studying goldfish for years.
It's a goldfish expert.
We need to have a goldfish fishing tournament. We might win that one.
Yeah.
Do they even have them in the wild here? I don't think they do. Do they? Where do they live? I've only seen them in bowls.
I have too. That is a good question. Where do goldfish live?
Stop looking through my notes.
I'm trying to find my quiz.
Okay,
All
we're
right,
ready.
everybody written down?
Yep.
I believe so.
All right. Max, you said you knew the answer, so go first.
So I should go last.
No, I think you should go first.
I'm going to go last because I'm going to tell
Okay.
everyone. I don't want to tell everyone the answer. They'll cheat.
All right. Nick, what do you have?
256. It's a square
Alec?
root of something, I think.
I said 6, but I feel like I'm so far off.
256. What is that? Square root of 13, right?
Yeah.
Square of 13.
Yeah.
All right, Max.
The answer is 1.
Actually, Dad is the closest. 200.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I'm a goldfish expert. Jimmy.
The brain of a goldfish.
The concentration power of a goldfish.
All right, question number 2. Nick's in the lead with 1. The boys are trailing. All right, question number 2. How fast in miles per hour can a tuna fish swim? These are tough, huh?
Which species?
No, these are easy. I know they can just keep pace with me. So if I can,
What? How fast you can swim?
how fast I can swim. So if I can figure
It's
that
like
out,
60 miles
All
an
right.
hour.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
All right. Max, do you have yours written down?
I have 80 miles an hour.
All right. Nick?
Was it jet propelled tuna? I've got 38.
Alex?
I've got
The
56.
Slowest tuna on earth.
All right. The answer is 43.
Oh, here we go again. I'm a goldfish and tuna expert. That's if it's 38 normally, but if it's had these Wheaties in the morning, then it can do 43.
And the last question, we're going to have to make this one double because this one's worth 2 points because Nick's already beaten everybody at 2. You're schooling all these young guys.
Oh, no, tell me about it. Goldfish and tuna, I know all about it.
Okay, what year did people start having fish as pets?
Oh my God.
Well,
I don't know. This is why I'm the commissioner of trivia, because you ask ridiculous questions. This is not fair. I don't know who gave you the reins.
A question is only ridiculous when you don't know the answer.
Exactly.
Say-
What year did...
I know. I can tell you the backstory to this as
Oh,
well.
please tell me. I want to... Do you know the
This
month
is
and
when
the
the
day?
species of goldfish dwindled from 200 to 1. Yeah. It became the bullfish.
The bullfish.
What year did people... And this is according to Google, so who knows if Google is right.
Yeah,
feel
trust my answer.
I feel like I should know this because I'm a big fanatic of like goldfish and saltwater aquariums and freshwater fish and stuff like
Okay,
that.
so you
but
should know
I've
this.
been doing
All
terrible.
right, so
I have an answer.
this is worth 2 points. You could. Oh, should we make it worth 3 points? Somebody could win.
Yeah.
All right, this is worth 3 points.
The
All right.
comeback.
Fish held in captivity sounds awfully like Third Reich to me. I'm going 1939.
Okay. Well, it was actually the World Trade Fair of 1874. They showed a glass aquarium, first of its kind, at the World Trade Fair, much to everybody's delight. And yeah, that was the
It
first,
took off from
first
there.
example.
So
of it.
18 what?
74.
1874. Max, you're at.
1939.
All right,
I'm
Alec. Let's.
nowhere that confident, and I'm going to say 1954.
All right, guess who's the big winner chicken dinner? 1853. Nick
This is the
with
first
6
time
points.
you've gotten all 3 points.
You have to
Ever.
put me down.
Ever. In 75 episodes.
No, I don't believe it. I'm just. Well, look, is he leaving? Oh no, let me wallow in my glory. Awesome. Well, thanks very much. Can I have a? Awesome. Well, good job, guys. Even if you did get beaten by the so-called non-fishermen, but anyway, good luck with the tournament. What's the name of it? One more time.
It is the off-duty red grouper bass, first channel one.
And the date one more time.
The date is going to be April 7th and April 8th. Once again, it's a fishing tournament, but it's an event for the entire community. We want everyone to come out, support, donate, and really try and raise as much money as possible for this community.
You've got a ton of different ways to connect with you, but what is the best way to register?
So the best way is either going to be on our Facebook page at our first annual Red Grouper Bash, or you can contact me directly at our email. That's going to be odgrouperbash@outlook.com. So I'm pretty much looking at that every single day. That's where I'm talking to a lot of our sponsors, our registration people, anybody who wants to help out and donate. I can get in contact with you there or on the Facebook page and kind of move forward from there.
We'll see you there.
It's a great event. Please do support it as much as you can, and yeah, come along, enjoy it. We will definitely be there. Laurie's coming in. Hold on.
Hello. Oh, you can't see me.
You can see it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, there
You're
I
taking
am.
up the whole
Hello.
camera.
Oh, was that it? You're just making an appearance. Okay, excellent.
it.
Yeah, so come along. We will be there, and we'll leave all the contact information below, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thanks very much for joining us on this episode. Please come back and join us in the next one. And you know what to do. If you want to see every single episode, you need to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day, guys.